Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaRakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And also I want to acknowledge the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity in the streets of Babylon. All right, so I'm going to start out in Ezekiel 35. And I actually don't have nothing prepared. I'm just going to do a little, let the Spirit do the lesson. So it says, and this is a prophecy against Mount Seir. And Mount Seir is where Edom dwelled, okay? So this is spiritual because Mount Seir of today is America, Babylon, where the Edomites rule in wickedness, all right? It says, moreover, the word of Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. All right, and we just said Mount Seir is Edom, all right, the Edomites. So we're going to go to Genesis 30. Oops, hit the wrong one. Genesis 36:8. And it says, Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, all right? So just to establish that. And then I'm going to go to another precept in Genesis. We're going to go to 32 and verse 3. It says, And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. All right? So just wanting to establish and prove to you that Mount Seir is definitely Edomites. It's referring to Edom. All right? Go to Ezekiel 6:2. It says, Son of man, set thy face toward the mountains of Israel and prophesy against them. All right. So we are dealing with Mount Seir, which is Esau, Edom. All right. Ezekiel 35:3. And say unto it, Thus saith Yahawah thy power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And that's prophecy because the Lord is going to make America, Babylon, desolate with the missiles, all right? So, you have Trump, Donald Trump, when he does his speeches, he always says, God bless America at the end of his speech, But what they don't know, because he's deceiving the world, right? What they don't know is that Yahawah is against thee, O Mount Seir, like it says in verse 3, okay? Verse 4. And you know what? Let's go to Jeremiah real quick for a precept. Jeremiah 6:12. Oops, I keep hitting the 6:12. It says, And their houses shall be burned together, burned unto others with the fields and their wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith Yahawah. All right, dealing with Esau, man. Your fields, your wives, they're going to burn together, the Bible says. So you have to stop saying, God bless America, because, hey, God's not going to bless America, man. He's going to bring great judgment on America. All right. Let's go to Jeremiah 15 and verse 6. And it says, Thou hast forsaken me, saith Yahawah, thou art gone backward. Therefore I will stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. So, again, it's not going to be a pretty future for Babylon, America. Who Esau, Edom, that's who that is, all right? Ezekiel 35, and we're at verse 4. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah. All right, because right now, a common thing in Esau, Edom's kingdom, especially among the Edomites, they're they're self-proclaimed atheists, meaning they don't believe in Yahawah. All right, well, in that day, they're going to know who Yahawah is, and they will believe in him because they're going to feel his presence. Okay. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the sons of Israel by the force of the sword in their time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. All right. So it's just not, Yahweh is just not going to destroy them for no reason. He's going to destroy them because Esau, Edom has hated his brother Israel, all right, and Jacob. And he still does, man. It's perpetual, meaning it's an ongoing thing. It doesn't stop. This hate that these Edomites have toward the house of Israel, all right? But you're an idiot if you think that the so-called white man cares about you, if you're a Jake, and you're in darkness, and you're going to be destroyed right along with him for being a reprobate and having that reprobate mindset. Psalm 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahawah, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. All right, so I was just in that lesson last week, and here it is popping up on a precept, all right? Go back to Ezekiel 35, and we're on verse 5. Actually, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And Esau doesn't hate blood, man. He loves bloodshed. He loves ruling by the sword, his blessing, They say he drops like 20 bombs a day, And he's not just now, but his history. His whole history is shedding blood, living by his sword. Remember, that's his blessing, and it says that he shall live by the sword. All right, verse 6. Therefore, as I live... I'm sorry, I just read that. So let's go to a precept. It's Isaiah. Let's see. Isaiah 63, verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. All right, so then let's start at the top. It says, who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, that I might speak in righteousness, mighty to save. All right, and we're going to jump down to 4 because I read 2 and 3 already. But, this is all dealing with the so-called white man's fate in his future, according to Bible prophecy. All right. So let's keep reading. For this is verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine mind, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. All right, because Yahawah is going to fuck up these Edomites, man, on the day of wrath, with the chariots, with Yahweh Shai, sword. It's going to be a terrible day for a lot of people, starting out with Esau, Go back to Ezekiel 35, and I believe we're at verse 7. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. All right, because hey, these are the missiles. The sword is going to slain his own people, the Edomites. The missiles. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahawah. All right, so even Esau will no longer be an atheist in that day, because he's gonna know, man. He's gonna see the destruction, and he's gonna be the destruction. Okay, verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, let's see, I'm sorry. Actually, let's go to that precept real quick. Ezekiel 36 and 5 says, Therefore thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. So the heathen are going to feel the wrath, and like I say, Idumea is the Greek word for Edom, so it's still on the same subject. Let's write that down. Ezekiel 36 and 5 is a nice precept. Which have appointed my land into their possession, and the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills and the rivers, and to the valleys, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. All right, because those fake Jews that are in Israel right now, the Israelis, they're not the true Jews, and they're a bastard dwelling in Ashdod, like the scriptures say. All right, back to Ezekiel 35, and we're on verse 8, I believe. Actually, we're on 9. Nope, we're already on 11. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah thy power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. All right, so, like I say, the future of Esau, Edom, is not very bright according to the scriptures. So it cracks me up when these Edomites, they try to say, God bless you, or they try to act holy and spiritual, when they don't know their fate, man. And the 2/3. And, the heathen also, but, people are in darkness. They don't know this Bible. Verse 16 in the middle, Psalms 9:16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. And what is that trap of his own hands? It's going to be those missiles, because Esau, Edom created those missiles, and he's going to be, they're going to be his judgment. Yahweh's going to put it in his heart for them to use those missiles that they created to destroy themselves. All right, verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, They are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Because does not the so-called white man consume the Israelites? Day in and day out. All of his prisons are filled with the so-called black, so-called Native American, and so-called Hispanics. So that, this is what his payback is. All right. Verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, They are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. All right. Verse 13. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. All right, so Yahawah, hey, he sees everything, man. He sees the blasphemy of these Edomites. He sees that they set themselves up as God with Caesar Borgia. You know, nothing goes past Yahawah. All right. 14. Thus saith Yahawah thy power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. All right, because the world is going to rejoice when the so-called white man is destroyed. All right, because he won't be in power anymore, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. Verse 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. O thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahawah. All right, so one of the things that this chapter keeps saying is that these Edomites are going to know who Yahawah is, and they're going to know that there is a God. No matter how many times they try to convince themselves that they are God or that they don't believe in God, they're a self-proclaimed atheist nation. You know, well, hey, they're going to know the true power on the day of wrath, all right? But with that, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles, Great Millstone, for teaching us this truth. Shalom to all the and salutations for all the brothers out there pushing this truth with sincerity in Babylon, America. Shalom to the elect.